You know that moment when someone walks into a room and everything changes, but they don't say a word? Conversations stutter. Phones get lowered. Eyes are pulled toward them like gravity. No fake smile, no forced charm, just a quiet presence that presses on everyone's nerves. That's not confidence. That's engineered power. And right now, if you're honest, you don't have it. You walk in and maybe a few people notice, maybe they don't. You blend. You explain yourself. You adjust to others. You shrink your edges so no one feels uncomfortable. That ends here. This is not a motivational speech. This is a manual on how to become the person whose very presence silences rooms. We're not talking about being liked. We're not talking about being nice. We're talking about Machiavellian aura, the mix of control, stillness, and cold focus that makes people sense instantly that you are not to be played with. You will build it piece by piece, inside your thoughts, inside your body language, inside the way you speak, and inside your reputation. You will stop moving like prey and start moving like a hunter that doesn't need to chase. You will stop leaking nervous energy and start radiating calm threat. This is psychological war, and your battlefield is every room you step into. Classrooms, offices, family dinners, friend groups, dates, everything. By the time we're done, you will know exactly how to enter any space and shift the atmosphere without performing, without begging, without being loud. If you're waiting for a feel-good fairy tale, leave now. If you're ready to become the quiet storm people feel in their bones before they even see you, stay. You're about to learn how to build an aura that doesn't ask for attention. It demands silence. Aura is engineered, not magical. You were lied to about aura. People talk about energy like it's some mystical fog that floats around special people. That's childish thinking. Aura is not magic, it's engineering. It is the sum of what people see, hear, and feel when you walk in. Niccolo Machiavelli understood this long before social media. People don't care about your intentions. They judge what you show them and what they feel in your presence. If you look uncertain, they assume you are weak. If you move nervously, they assume you're lower status. If you speak too much, they assume you're trying to prove something. Your aura right now is a byproduct of lazy habits, not fate. Years of hunching your shoulders, laughing when you don't find something funny, over-explaining yourself, tolerating disrespect. This has trained people to see you as replaceable. That stops when you flip from accidental to deliberate. From today, everything becomes intentional. How you stand, how you breathe, how long you hold eye contact, how quickly you respond, how often you speak. You are rebuilding the emotional software that runs in the background of your body. This is dark psychology in your favor. People rely on shortcuts. They don't analyze you deeply. They scan you and decide in seconds whether you matter. Your job is to control that scan. If you're ready to stop being an accident and start being a calculated presence, prove it. Write this in the comments like a cold oath. My presence is the warning. Not as a cute affirmation, but as a declaration that from this moment on, nothing about you is random. Your aura will not be a mood. It will be a weapon. Every room you enter from now on will feel that weapon before you even open your mouth, and people will adjust themselves accordingly. In a war, killing the nervous self. Your biggest enemy is not the room. It's the version of you that walks into it already apologizing for existing. The nervous self. The one that fidgets with sleeves, checks the phone, adjusts their bag 3 times, laughs too quickly, nods too much. That version of you broadcasts weakness like a broken radio tower. People don't consciously think, he's nervous or she's insecure. Their instincts just register, not a threat. And once their brain files you under safe and irrelevant, your aura dies before it's even born. Machiavellian power starts with an inner execution. You have to kill that nervous self, not gently, not slowly, brutally. You do it by refusing to let your body betray you. Your heart can pound, your thoughts can race, but your exterior must remain calm, slow, and controlled. That is masculine stoicism, not the absence of feeling, but the domination of it. When you feel the urge to rush your words, you slow them. When you feel your hands twitch, you lock them. When you want to fill silence with nervous chatter, you let the silence stand, and you breathe through the discomfort. This feels like war because it is. Every time you resist a nervous habit, you starve the weak self and feed the powerful one. Dark psychology is simple here. People are not reading your soul, they are reading your signals. If your signals say, unstable, hungry for approval, eager to please, you will never silence a room. If your signals say, collected, self-contained, unaffected, people will start to orbit you without knowing why. Your aura is the reward for defeating your own neediness in public. Until that happens, no outfit, no quote, no trick will save you. The execution of your nervous self is non-negotiable. The art of slow movement and stillness. Power is not loud, it is slow. Watch predators in nature. They don't flail, they don't rush, they don't fidget. They move like time itself. Unbothered, unhurried, inevitable. Your aura begins to harden the moment your body stops behaving like prey. From now on, every movement you make in public must be deliberate. When you walk into a room, you do not burst in or sneak in. You enter with a steady pace, shoulders open, chin neutral, eyes calmly scanning once, not darting around like a trapped animal. When you sit, you don't collapse into the chair. You claim it. Back straight, feet grounded, movements minimal. When you turn your head to look at someone, you do it slowly, as if you already knew they were there and decided to acknowledge them on your timing. Fast, jittery motion screams, "I am reacting to everything around me." Slow, controlled motion says, "Everything around me reacts to me." Dark psychology is brutal here. People unconsciously rank others based on how much they seem in control of themselves. Shaky legs, restless hands, tapping fingers. These are signals of inner chaos, of someone who does not trust their own place in the room. You are going to erase those habits. Lock your hands when you feel them twitch. Pause your foot when it starts bouncing. Instead of constantly adjusting your clothes, adjust your posture once and leave it. The less you move, the more every movement means something. That is how an aura forms, through 1,000 small choices to remain still where others fidget, to move slowly where others rush. You are training your body to send one message at all times. I am not threatened by anything here. And when a room feels that, it instinctively gives you space, silence, and attention. Control of speech. The power of saying less. Your mouth has been your loudest traitor. You talk to fill silence. You explain yourself 3 times. You laugh at things you don't find funny. You overshare details no one earned. Every extra word is a crack in your armor. A silencing aura is built on disciplined speech. Understand this. In a Machiavellian world, the one who speaks less always knows more. Let others rush to fill the air with opinions and stories. You watch, you listen, you collect information. You answer when needed, with precision, not performance. Before you speak, you pause for a beat, not because you're unsure, but because you're choosing. That tiny pause makes people lean in. Your words must become like currency, limited, valuable, never wasted. Cut the nervous fillers. Like, you know, forced jokes, repeated apologizing. Weak people talk to prove they belong. Powerful people talk to direct reality. Dark psychology is simple here. People assume those who speak calmly and rarely have nothing to prove and much to protect. When you do speak, lower your pace, lower your volume slightly, and strip your sentences down to the bone. Say exactly what you mean, no decoration. If someone presses you, you don't rush. You hold eye contact, you hold silence, then you answer with clarity or you refuse to explain at all. That refusal alone creates tension, and tension creates gravity. Aura lives in that gravity. If you're done being the one who babbles and over-explains, mark the shift right now. Go comment this phrase like a carved commandment. My presence is the warning. That means from this point on, your voice is not background noise. It's a blade. You will not throw words around like confetti. You will drop them like stones into still water and watch the ripples move through the room. Boundaries that slice without shouting. People think aura is about how others feel near you. They're wrong. Aura is built from what you allow. Every time you let someone cross a line without consequence, you signal to the world, my space is cheap. A silencing presence cannot exist without sharp, quiet boundaries. You don't need to shout, argue, or create drama. You simply need to make it very expensive to disrespect you. That begins with your no. Not the soft, trembling no, followed by 10 excuses. A clean, calm no, with steady eye contact and no explanation. When someone tries to push past it, you don't start a debate. You repeat it once, then disengage. You leave their message on read. You walk away. You change the subject. Cold, controlled distance. Dark psychology respects what it cannot easily manipulate. When people realize they cannot guilt you, bait you, or emotionally blackmail you into giving in, they start handling you differently. Next are your standards. You do not chase people who ignore you. You do not laugh with people who mock you. You do not stay in rooms where you're treated like background. You remove your presence, and that removal is the punishment. No speeches, no breakdowns, just absence. That is Machiavellian. You don't waste energy fighting every disrespect. You simply deny access to you. Over time, your boundaries create a reputation. You are calm, but you are not safe to play with. You are polite, but not soft. People feel a slight tension around you, not because you're aggressive, but because they know one wrong move and you'll vanish from their life without fanfare. That tension is part of your aura. It silences jokes at your expense. It chokes off casual disrespect, and it forces people to choose. Step up or step away. Either way, you remain untouched. Reputation, the shadow that enters before you. Aura doesn't start when you walk in. It starts long before anyone sees you. By the time your hand touches the door, the room already holds an image of you, accurate or not. That image is your reputation, your invisible shadow. Machiavelli understood this perfectly. It is not enough to be powerful. You must be known as powerful. Right now, what walks into the room before you? He's funny, but flaky. She's nice, but she's always available. He's cool, but he never takes anything seriously. These labels kill your aura before you even arrive. You need to rewrite the story people tell about you when you're not there. That doesn't mean trying to convince everyone with speeches. It means living in a way that makes certain descriptions impossible. You show up on time, every time, until unreliable dies. You stop oversharing until easy to read dies. You stop entertaining disrespect until safe to mock dies. Instead, you quietly build a new pattern, calm under pressure, hard to shake, focused on your own path, not interested in gossip, never chasing attention. People start to say different things. He doesn't talk much, but when he does, you listen. She's cool, but don't play games with her. He's low-key, but you can tell he's serious. That is your silent army. Your aura is multiplied by every story that paints you as composed, competent, and slightly dangerous to disrespect. Dark psychology spreads this faster than you think. Humans love to talk, and if you stay consistent, they will carry your legend into rooms you haven't even entered yet. So when you finally walk in, there is a subtle shift. People straighten up, adjust their tone, measure their words. They're not reacting to you, they're reacting to the shadow that arrived before you. Your reputation, sharpened and silent. Strategic detachment and emotional distance. Clinging is the fastest way to kill your aura. The more you emotionally chase people, reactions, and outcomes, the more you broadcast that your center is outside of you. Power cannot exist in someone who is always reaching. Machiavellian presence demands strategic detachment. That doesn't mean you stop caring about anything. It means nothing and no one owns your emotional state. You can like people, you can enjoy them, but you are not addicted to them. When someone pulls away, you don't scramble, you observe. When a message is left unseen, you don't spiral, you move on with your day. When someone disrespects you, you don't beg for closure. You give it to yourself and cut the cord. Detachment is not coldness for the sake of ego. It is control for the sake of power. Dark psychology is ruthless here. The one who appears less emotionally invested holds the leverage. In conversations, you stay engaged but not needy. You don't overshare your feelings. You don't instantly react to every joke, every comment, every shift in someone's tone. You give people the sense that there is a part of you they will never fully access. That mystery is not an act. It's a boundary around your inner world. The more you practice this, the more your presence feels heavy, grounded, unshakable. People sense that you won't collapse if they leave, and that makes your value rise. If you're ready to detach from begging for attention, from obsessing over every response, from handing your mood to other people like a toy, then carve this into your identity right now. Go comment, "My presence is the warning." That means your energy is no longer a free sample. It is a fortress. Those who appreciate it may enter. Those who don't will find the gates quietly, permanently closed. Daily rituals to charge your aura. Aura is not something you have. It's something you charge, daily, deliberately, like loading a weapon. Weak people roll out of bed and stumble into the world half-assembled, then wonder why no one takes them seriously. You will not live like that anymore. Your rituals begin before the world ever sees your face. The way you wake up matters. No doom scrolling, no instant drowning in noise. You sit up, feet on the ground, and you take 10 slow breaths, training your nervous system to obey you from the first minute. You don't beg your body to move, you command it. Then you build your armor. Clothes are not fashion here, they're signal. You choose outfits that fit, that are clean, that align with the story you're building. Composed, sharp, self-respecting. Not the loudest, not the most expensive, but intentional. Every stain, every wrinkle, every sloppy detail tells people you don't respect yourself. If you don't, why should they? Grooming is non-negotiable. Clean nails, clean hair, clean skin. aura is undercut instantly by neglect. You don't need to be pretty. You need to look like you give a damn about the body you're driving. Then comes the mind. Before you step out, you set your role. I am not here to entertain. I am not here to prove. I am here to observe, to move with purpose, and to protect my peace. You repeat it in your head until your brain understands the assignment. Now, the most important ritual, the threshold. Before you walk into any room, work, class, social gathering, family event, you pause at the door for 3 seconds. You fix your posture, shoulders back, jaw unclenched, eyes calm. You take one slow breath and remind yourself, I am the one who controls my reactions here. When you cross that doorway, you do not rush. You don't scan frantically for where to go, who to talk to. You walk in as if you've already been here, as if you belong anywhere you decide to stand. During the day, you run micro-checks. Loosen your face, unclench your hands, slow your pace, lower your voice. These tiny adjustments keep you in aura mode instead of slipping back into old habits. At night, you review like a strategist. Where did you fidget? Where did you talk too much? Where did you let someone cross a line? Not to hate yourself, but to refine yourself. Aura is built like a castle, brick by brick, day by day, through 1,000 disciplined, invisible rituals. No one will see those rituals. They'll just feel the result when you walk in, and the room goes quiet without knowing why. Your oath of presence. Here's the truth no one told you. Rooms don't fall silent for you, yet because you haven't become someone worth going quiet for. But that can change faster than you think if you decide it does now. Imagine this version of you. You walk into a room and conversations bend, not because you're famous, not because you're loud, but because something about you feels controlled, unreadable, and immovable. People glance, then glance again. Some straighten up, some lower their voices, some suddenly become aware of themselves. They don't know why, but you do. You engineered it. You executed the nervous self that begged for approval. You buried the talkative self that leaked power with every unnecessary word. You replaced jittery motion with predator stillness. You hardened your no into a clean blade. You rebuilt your reputation so your name walks into the room before you and warns people not to treat you casually. You detached your emotions from other people's behavior, so now no one can drag you up and down with their inconsistency. And you charge your aura daily, like loading a weapon, through quiet rituals that no one will ever see. That is not a fantasy. That is a blueprint. You already felt the truth of it while listening. Some parts of you resisted. Some parts of you got uncomfortable. Good. Discomfort is the death rattle of your old identity. Let it die. From this moment on, you don't walk into rooms like a guest hoping to be accepted. You enter like a presence that chooses to be there. You don't rush to be liked. You observe who deserves your attention. You don't overshare to feel connected. You let people work for access. You don't argue with disrespect. You remove yourself and let absence do the talking. You don't perform. You exist, calmly, fully, unapologetically. Understand something very clearly. Building an aura that silences rooms isn't about pretending to be a villain, dressing in black, or faking coldness. It's about alignment. Your thoughts, your posture, your speech, your boundaries, your reputation, your detachment, your rituals. They all point in one direction. I am not to be handled carelessly. People feel aura when your inner world and outer signals agree. No more saying you don't care while clearly caring too much. No more, I'm done, followed by you crawling back. No more big talk without steel actions to back it. From today forward, your standard is simple. If it weakens your presence, you starve it. If it strengthens your presence, you feed it. That's the filter for everything: habits, people, places, conversations, even your own thoughts. And this is where you make the shift real, not just in your head, but in your behavior. If you're truly ready to become the person whose silence is louder than other people's noise, seal it publicly. Go to the comments and write exactly, "My presence is the warning." Write it like an oath, not a slogan, because that's what it is. Your personal contract with yourself that from this moment on, you will not move, talk, or live like a replaceable extra in your own life. You are upgrading from background to gravity. And if this hit you, if some part of you woke up and said, "Finally," then don't disappear. I'm not here to entertain you, I'm here to arm you. So if you're serious about building an aura that bends rooms, not just today, but for the rest of your life, then do 3 things right now. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next cold lesson. Because this isn't a one-time speech. This is training. And the next time you walk into a room, I want you to feel that training in your spine, in your eyes, in your silence, while everyone else wonders why, suddenly, they can't ignore you anymore.